first order of business. I'm sure everybody's heard of child support. You know what I'm saying? Child support. I'm sure we know a lot of men that are victims of a corrupt system. Now, ladies, don't feel some type of way because you got a nigga on child support. And some of y'all don't give a fuck, like, it's no mercy. You glad that nigga in the system getting railroaded. But for the ladies that, that ain't on that type of time, you know what I'm saying? It's some of y'all out there. And for whatever reason, good or bad, you got your child's father on child support. So I'm not talking about you saying that you are a part of the corruption. You just a pawn, really. They're using you to get to us. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically all it is. Our women are like bamboozled, like we all are. You know what I'm saying? Not just the women, men too. But women in particular, y'all are really bamboozled. Cause they hit y'all with feminism, they hit y'all with welfare, benefits, child support. They just gave y'all they just blazed the path where you can go down this road and just demolish a nigga, fuck a nigga all up. They gave y'all the opportunity to do so if that's what you want to do. Real shit. Like, the white women, the white people, they laughing at your ass for doing your man like that. Like, let's just pause for a second. What other race of woman says they're strong and independent and they don't need a man? I haven't seen another race of woman say that about their men. I swear to God. And it's not a slight. And I'm not talking about you. Like, you've been bamboozled. You've been deceived. You know what I'm saying? You've been tampered with and corrupted. So I ain't mad at you. I ain't talking about you. I'm just letting you know the truth. You might think it's this, but no, it's really that. The white women used y'all. The white man used you. Or, I don't really like saying white, putting color on shit, but, because I'm not a racist. I'm just stating facts. I'm not a racist, but if that's not you, then I'm not talking about you. I'm not referring to you. So, let me put my disclaimer to you people too. But I just had to get that out the way, talking to my women, our women, what I'm talking about. So, don't think you're doing something. You really helping the enemy. You know what I'm saying? So, whether you give a fuck about that or not, I'm just letting you know. But the nature of a woman doesn't really care for the man. The nature of a woman cares for the child. So, in her case, she might feel like this is what's best for her child. But we all know the truth to that. But child support. Okay, so Tennessee has passed a new law, where now when you have a baby, you get a paternity test automatically. You know what I'm saying? And if there's any paternity fraud, that's now a crime. See, you used to be able to just put a baby on a nigga and by the grace of God, the man feels some type of way, he catch you or just whatever, and he take a route of, you know, trying to get a DNA test or whatever, and you get one, boom, it turned out the kid not his, and now this man done spent money, time, effort, thinking this is his kid, but the whole time you knew it wasn't, or it's a big possibility it wasn't. So at first y'all just get away with this shit, but now it seems like it's gonna be some consequences. So that's gonna have a domino effect on child support. So you're not gonna be able to put a guy on child support without actually knowing that this is the child. So this is the child's father. Apparently, for Tennessee to make such a law or a bill to that has to be passed and have such language in it, apparently it's a lot of bullshit going on, and Tennessee is tired of taking money and resources covering for mistakes or just bullshit, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. You know, they tired of the bullshit. Even Tennessee tired of it, y'all. You know, so ladies, this is a testament to, you know, so not all ladies, of course. I said that, saying it again. But for you ones that think it's a game and think, you know, railroading a nigga is cute and deserving and all this shit, you know, that's for y'all. You know, that's for y'all. So I got an article, and I'm gonna read this from the Tennessean. New proposed bill will protect Tennessee's parents from paternity fraud. Representative Antonio Parkinson's proposed bill will ensure that the actual biological father is listed on the birth certificate of the child. So like I said, when you have a baby now, we gonna know who daddy is now. Ain't none of that. I got a gump ass nigga that's gonna take care of me so I can cheat on him or lie on him or, you know, just get away with murder with this nigga by fucking the nigga that I really wanna fuck, but he don't want me or he ain't shit. And I can get pregnant by him and just say it's this gump ass nigga baby because he gonna take care of it anyway. He, you know. So a lot of that is going on, you know, apparently. So Tennessee trying to put a stop to this shit. So let me keep reading. Recently, I was approached by a young man who told me he had been in a long-term relationship. Together they had a son and he signed the voluntary acknowledgement of paternity. They were not married. 5 years later, he found out the mother had been unfaithful during the time they were together. He and the child took a DNA test. The results proved that he was not the father. Subsequently, the relationship ended, as it should. The woman then sued him for child support. Wow. See, that corrupt system allows women to do this. See, like, women wouldn't even be able to do this if the system didn't allow it. See, they giving you a green light to fuck over men. You know, our men. You know, your man. You know, not other cultures. Yours. Alright, so, but of course, this type of stuff does happen in other cultures, but it's specifically targeted and drilled in our women to take advantage of shit like this. I'm gonna keep reading. In juvenile court, he presented the DNA evidence to the magistrate and was basically told somebody's got to feed him and it will be you. It's a crock of bullshit. Like, that's bullshit. And this is a judge saying this in court. I'm gonna keep reading. He was ordered to pay child support and found in arrears. Eventually, his license was suspended and he was pulled over in jail for driving on a suspended license. Still sitting in jail, he lost his job. Now, this is the type of shit a man goes through. First of all, the child wasn't his. Second of all, he showed the judge proof. Third of all, the judge said, fuck your proof. You a gump. So, you finna have to, you finna have to pay for this child. Fourth of all, they take your license if you don't pay. So they took his license. Fifth of all, he didn't start out from scratch. He started out with a rearage of 5 years. So he's already starting out behind the 8 ball, you know what I'm saying? He got back pay. Sixth of all, you're gonna lock me up if I don't pay this child support. In order for me to pay for this child support, I gotta get a job, you say, right? In order for me to get to the job, I need transportation. Okay? You also will lock me up if I don't have a license when I'm driving my transportation. So you take my license, knowing I still have to work, because you said it. Somebody has to feed this child, and it's going to be me, right? Well, I still got to get to work. But you take my license. You know what I'm saying? So now I get pulled over, I go to jail, and now I lose the job. Now I'm back at square one. So this is what men all over the country are going through. Stuff like this. And it's sad, man. It's sad. Thinking about it, it'll make you mad, make you furious. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, I've been on child support since I was 17, basically. And I'm 37. My child's grown, and I've gone through stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep reading. Because he voluntarily signed and it has passed a 5-year period to rescind the voluntary acknowledgement, he was deemed the legal parent. Bullshit. Through this process, the actual biological parent's child was stolen from him. Finally, under this scenario, the child's right to have their legal biological father listed on their birth certificate, and in some cases their lives, was stolen from them also. Multiple reports state that 1/3 of the signatures on birth certificates from unmarried couples do not reflect the biological father's name. 1/3 of babies being born in hospitals, the biological father does not reflect on the birth certificate. So either father's not there or it's the wrong father. Or she just decided, I don't want his name on there. Those are 3 options that reflect this statement. Under House Bill 2698/Senate Bill 1777, fathers could still voluntarily sign. But in order for the birth certificate to be officially validated, the signer must provide the results of a DNA test to vital records. This will ensure that the actual biological father is listed on the birth certificate of the child. The Tennessee Department of Human Services, who oversees the child support program, is fighting vigorously to kill the bill. Why? Because the department feels any changes in their enforcement rules could possibly jeopardize the $52 million in funding it receives from federal government for its child support enforcement programs. In addition, DHS could also potentially receive millions more for reaching a quota of 90% acknowledged births, with yet another bonus out there for exceeding the quota. So there is possibly a huge financial motivation to turn a blind eye to individuals blindly signing the VAP form, the birth certificate. The DHS program actually aids paternity fraud by allowing unsuspected fathers to blindly sign a birth certificate without DNA proof of actual biological fatherhood. In fairness to DHS, there is a 60-day grace period to remove your name from a birth certificate. Also, a father can contest paternity in court, where a DNA test will be ordered. There's a 5-year period where one could go through the expensive legal process to rescind the voluntary acknowledgement of paternity, but they will have the burden of proving it was done fraudulently. It was after this 5-year period where the young man I was talking about was locked in legally for blindly signing the voluntary acknowledgement of paternity. So I know a lot of men who choose to take on another man's child with a woman. I know women feel like, we're a package deal. This is what you're supposed to do. No, it's not what I'm supposed to do. It's a choice. It's a privilege. You know what I'm saying? If I don't want to do that, I'm not doing it. It's not my child, not my responsibility. And the man has the right to say that if, that's how he feels. Of course, just reading this article, a lot of men just blindly do that. And you could potentially get fucked like this guy, And there's nothing you can do, Like the system is set up for you to fall in the trap. They let you do it. Just like they said, child support is gonna fight this. They're gonna fight this bill. They don't want that. Cause just by reading the article, child support don't give a fuck who the father is. They want your black ass to pay. That's it. She could bring anybody in this motherfucker. So, and yeah, they gonna put it on you. They get government assistance. The more people they put on child support, the more the government gives them. So it's an incentive. So if this bill passes and there's no more fraud, it's no more government money to go around. All of this can be remedied by simply requiring a DNA test on the front end to alleviate any challenges and potential emotional scarring for the child, the wrongfully accused father, the mother, and the rightfully biological father. We always hear the words, do what's best for the child. As a state, we should do just that. Keep the child at the forefront and do what's best on the front end to minimize the pain and hurt on the back end. Now, this is a dope article and it's a dope bill. Hopefully, the rest of the states follow up and, press the button on this. I think this should be across the board all over the world. Like, you shouldn't be able to railroad a man like that, and then on the back end railroad him again, with child support. So the woman get to fuck you over and then the system get to fuck you over, and they say this is what's best for the child. No, like they said, it's a lot of hurt on the back end. What about that guy who spent 5 years, thinking a child was his? bonding, emotional, and he can't get out of that. Like the article said, he can't get out of that. He's stuck in it. The only way is the girl doing what she rightfully should do and don't look like she's doing it. So, man, it's a tough one, man. It's a tough pill to swallow, man. As a man, you just can't get caught up like that. They say, a woman could be a man's biggest downfall, and in my 37 years of life, that can be true. But only if the man let it happen like that. And a lot of times, the women do a lot of fuck shit. Let's just keep it real. I know women are gonna fight this. They're not gonna like this. Not the ones that's already gotten away with it or getting away with it now, but the ones coming up and want to use the system, who want to put a nigga on child support if she want to do that, it's, they're not gonna like it, but I guess Tennessee is coming to its senses. Like, look, we can't keep fucking over men like this. We just can't keep doing it. So I'm guessing they got some decency about themselves, and somebody finally did the right thing, because child support is very, very corrupt. They even put child support on your credit. That's how bad they want to fuck you. Like, they don't want this to even get away from you. You know what I'm saying? And how that hurts you is, if you ain't paying, they put it on the credit. And you might be flawless everywhere else, but you wasn't flawless with child support. So now that can hurt your credit. So it's all type of tactics. It's all type of objectives and agendas to stop us from procreating. This type of pressure on the man will put something in the man's head to not procreate with women, and population control is very, very real. So it's a lot going on. It's a lot to think about. Women, try not to be too full of shit. I mean, it's other ways you can fuck a nigga over or get back. Try not to do this shit. Like, this is like pure evil. You know what I'm saying? That's what I call it. But yeah, man. Shout out to Tennessee for finally trying and attempting to do something right.
You are now watching 702 Visions.
Shout out to y'all boys, man.